in our first session, we actually met and we got you set up with Chef in a number of different ways. And so what we did, one of the things that we did is we looked at the docs.opscode.com site to look and see what are the various components that are involved with setting up a Chef server, or with setting up to manage your infrastructure with Chef. And we found a couple of things. There's the Chef server, there are nodes, and there are workstations. And let's just talk through exactly what we did last time we met. So one of the first things that we did was we got you registered for hosted Chef. So our Chef server in this case is going to be hosted Chef. And as you'll recall, with hosted Chef, it's an offering from Opscode. With a free trial, you can manage up to 5 different nodes. So you can manage 5 different servers for free. It's a great way to get started working with and learning about Chef. So we got you registered for hosted Chef. The next thing we did was we actually set up your Chef repository. So in our diagram down here, that's this here. This repository, of course, once we start managing our infrastructure as code, we're going to want to keep that code in some sort of source code control system. In our case, we're using Git. And so you actually cloned a repository from Opscode, which set up your basic Chef framework for you, your directory structure and so forth. And we actually pushed that up onto GitHub so that it's publicly accessible for everyone. And those of you that are watching this can just check the notes either on my blog or within, I guess it will just be on my blog, right, to have the URL for that. But it's under your GitHub account, right, Patrick?
Yeah, my GitHub account, it's github.com/mulderp. And there, I think it's the project Learning Chef Learning.
Right, Learning Chef, I think that's it. Yeah, so we have that repository there. The next thing that we needed to do was set up your workstation. And your workstation itself is your laptop or your desktop. And there, what we were mostly concerned with was configuring Knife. And so to configure Knife, what we had to do was configure this little this connection between your workstation and the hosted Chef server. So in order to do that, we had to do things. We had to download 3 different files from the hosted Chef server. We downloaded your Knife RB, as well as some validation PEM files, so that you could authenticate with the hosted Chef server. And then our final step last time we met was to set up a node. And for this is you know, in the diagram we're over here in this section now. And what we used is a tool called Vagrant. So Vagrant, as you'll recall, is just a wrapper around VirtualBox. It's an easy way for you to set up and manage a VM on your local workstation. So we have an operating system that's running as a virtual machine, as a guest on your workstation. That's our node. Your workstation is where we're running Knife from, and it's all connected to hosted Chef. Patrick, did you have any questions or other things that you wanted to discuss about sort of what we got completed during the first session before we move on to the next things that we're going to work on?
Yeah, the comment which was very nice to see was Knife node list. So I can see what node I can control for my command line. It is very, very interesting. And
hey, that's a good point. Do you mind just screen sharing your terminal, and maybe you can?
Okay, let's share this from my console. Okay. You see, I just booted the Vagrant machine up, but with Knife node list, I can now show all the nodes which I can control for my laptop, and that's, I think, very interesting. It takes a while.
Right, it takes a moment because it's your Knife is establishing a connection with the hosted Chef server, and then it's running a query to find what nodes are available in your organization within hosted Chef.
Yeah. So, and you can see I've also played with another node which I made on the desktop in my office, and I have my laptop node, and yeah, so that's understood.